guys. I had somebody ask me on WhatsApp, can you can you please help us say I love you? And they said you're always saying that you need to express it, but we don't know how. I'm like, what? Um, okay, so I just thought I'd just cover this subject. And don't be surprised if you see fairies in this video. Just putting that out there. If you see something kind of zinging around or whatever, they love this purple background. Um, okay. So basically, if you are certain about your feelings, it's going to be a lot easier to say it. So that's going to be you have to be more certain about how you feel than you're scared of expressing it. So that's kind of the key. And there's got to be like, if you say it too soon or if you say it too late, you could mess it up. But here's why, okay? So I knew this guy who said that he loved me within about 2 weeks. And that's cool and all. I mean, and obviously, like, he was just enjoying my company. But to me, I felt like it was insincere because I was like, why are you saying that already, like right now? And he knew, I was getting texted by other guys and stuff. So he knew there was some competition, he knew that other guys were trying to get my attention. So I was just like, well, this would feel better to me to have you say this if you actually knew me. Like if you knew what I look like when I wake up, if you knew what I look like when I get mad, or like how to handle me when I'm mad, or if you know my history and you know what I've been through and you still love me, like that would mean more to me than just blurting out I love you when you don't even really know me all that well. But having said that, and I didn't say it back, if somebody says I love you and you're not really feeling it, then just let them know you want to say it when you really mean it. Let them know you want to take your time before you say it. Like it's important to you that each of you be genuine in your feelings. So you're not going to just say it just to say it. You know what I mean? But also, having said that, there's also a certain love that comes from a knowingness. It's like the essence of that person. You may have known them for a while or worked with them for a while or something, and you've seen them come in a certain way, and you've come in seen them on a good day and a bad day, and you've kind of you've watched them over a period of time and kind of gotten a really good feel for their character, and there's just something about them that makes you feel like you that was weird. But it kind of makes you feel like I don't care what this person does to try to screw it up. Like, they could say anything, they could tell me anything, and they could do just about anything, and I would still be like, I love you. I love you. So there is that, and that's like you gotta be pretty comfortable with that type of scenario to just say I love you. And there are different, like, I love you can say so many different things. It could mean like I like you more than anybody else I've ever known. It could mean like I miss you tremendously, and when I'm away from you, I cry. Like, it hurts so bad, that I miss you so much. It could mean you are like a freaking breath of fresh air. You are so refreshing to me. Just to see your face, like, lights me up. All I can do is like stare at your lips because I want to kiss you so bad. I can't barely talk to you without turning red. It can say so much. But if you're if you're feeling those things, just if you're feeling certain, if you're feeling strong about it, if you feel like nothing they could say or do would matter, then just be certain about your feelings and express it, because you're going to so regret it if you don't. Now we'll go to the opposite, like oh, wait a minute. There was something about that. You don't know necessarily, especially in our scenario with this true love stuff, like a lot of people are like in separation for quite a while. You don't know whether they're dating people. You don't know whether you show up on the scene and maybe they're about to get married. You don't know. Things can go very, very fast. And if you guys have not been talking, you don't know what's really going on. But for your own sake, just get it off your chest. Just say it so that it's out there, and don't even worry about whether or not it comes back. What does it matter? What does it matter if you say I love you and they're like, is that even a reflection on you? Not really. It just means you're a very loving person and you allow your heart to be open. And maybe they're not, or maybe they're not ready to say that, or maybe they have that thing that I had going where they're like, I have to know you really well before I can say that. I got to know all the nooks and crannies. And I know some of you guys even fear, like, if I, what if I get to know this person for 2 years and they find out I did something with the same sex, What if they find out that I lied about something? What if they found out that I killed something or someone? Or, it's like, what if they find out my deepest, darkest, scariest stuff, right? Then I'm going to have fallen in love with this person. I'm going to have expressed it, and then they might not like me. So it's like they'll put off the whole I love you thing for as long as possible, but be really scared that it's like, you guys have to not live in fear like that, because it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if you guys even tell all your secrets, although that would be reassuring in some of your cases. Like, it could feel more secure if you feel like they know you completely, totally inside and out. But it's not necessary. Like I said, there's that love that you just know that it's there no matter what, no matter what. So, yeah. Okay. So, so saying it too late, some of you like wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And I'll just know when or whatever. And what happens there, what you're risking is that person won't know that you love them, and they will just assume that it's like unrequited love. And they'll just be like, well, I guess I'll move on to someone who will express it, because it starts to hurt after a while. They're not saying it back. It's like, what kind of song and dance or hoop do I have to jump through for you to love me? And should it be that hard to get those words out of your mouth? Am I that bad of a person? You know what I mean? Like, so many things go through the other person's head and make them feel incredibly insecure. You don't want to take a chance on losing them like that. If you do sincerely love them and you're just holding it back because you don't want to be that vulnerable. Don't be a scaredy cat. Don't be a scaredy cat, you guys. Blurt it out. Say it in a million different ways. You could say it in a text message. You could say it in a letter. You could say, I don't know. You could send it in a balloon. You could put it in flowers. You could decorate a cake. I love you, and serve them the cake. You could do like little cupcakes. I love you. You could, shoot, think about it. Like, what's the most comfortable way that you can express yourself and express that you love that person? Keep this in mind too about I love yous. While we're on the subject about I love yous, okay, some people use it to manipulate, like the karmics will use it to manipulate. And I knew this one girl who went around and said, I love you. I love you, like, to everybody. And at first I thought I was special when she first said it. I love you, and I was like, you do? And I was like, I love you too. And what I meant by that was, you're a really neat person and I love hanging out with you. I really enjoy it, right? So, but then I started to see that she was saying it to everybody. I was like, seriously, I don't feel special now. Like you're running around telling everybody you love them. And so that doesn't feel so special, you guys. If you just throw out the word to everybody, I mean, there are certain people you say that to in a more friendly type of way, you know what I mean? But like some people will use it to manipulate you, you know, because then I would hear other people say, I just love her, like talking about that same girl. I just love her so much. I'm like, no, you don't. You just say that because of how she says that to you every time, you know? It's like, if you really knew her, like, I don't think you would love her so much. She's not very compassionate. She's not a very loving or accepting or empathetic person. She's kind of a narcissist, you know, but that took a little bit of time to see. So, you know, don't like run around blurting I love yous out to everybody unless you really do feel like a special connection with somebody and you really feel like, you know, I don't know, it's just a way of saying you're special to me, you know, you mean something special to me. Um okay, so I took some notes as to other expressions of I love you. I am here for you no matter what. It can mean that too. Like there's a certain loyalty or devotion I have toward you. Like I will always be here for you. That kind of love. There's also I want to be the reason for that beautiful smile on your face and the pep in your step. You know. Um, so let's see. All right, here's some signs because sometimes you don't feel comfortable saying I love you until you know the other person like loves you back or is going to reciprocate. I wouldn't recommend being a chicken like that. I mean, honestly, I'd just be like I love you. When you really genuinely totally absolutely feel it, I would just say it. But here are some signs to look for if just to see if it's reciprocated, okay? They'll try to make you smile, they'll try to make you laugh, they'll try to make your day, you know, they'll make an effort to put that smile on your face. They'll look at or stare at you either longingly or adoringly. They might even have like a smirk on their face, like what you do and what you're saying is precious. Is precious to them. Like they just can't wipe that. They're trying to wipe that smirk off their face and they just can't. It just shows all over them how much they adore you. Um, if you're a priority in their life, um, if they're Capricorn specifically, they'll touch you if they like you. One particular Capricorn that I know of, one time he reached out. He reached out and he was walking by and he just like brushed my arm and I almost fell. I swear it's like my knees gave out. I was just like I went like a limp noodle. It was so electrifying. But that's how it is kind of like with a Capricorn, but and all the different signs, you know, have different ways. You should look that up. Look it up on YouTube. Just say like what is their sign? Like how does that sign show you that they like you? Um if they yeah make you a priority, if they do things for you like you know make you dinner or like you know obviously giving you flowers says it, all kinds of like thinking like the ways that they go out of their way to let you know that they're thinking of you, you know, that's one way. If they talk about their feelings a lot, if they're really vulnerable with you and they're like, you know, this happened when I was a kid, or this happened with my day, and it was just like a really hard day, and if they're just pretty open with their feelings with you, that is another indicator. Okay, so don't say it too soon. Make sure you're sincere, that you're not trying to control somebody with it, that you're not trying to be desperate and trying to hang on to somebody by using those words. Don't wait too long to say it. If it's really eating at you and the words are on the tip of your tongue and you're just not saying it, freaking say it. Say it when you're certain, when you know that person, that it would be very, very difficult for you to stop loving them. Say it because you're in your own integrity and honesty. It's like, you know what? This person should not go another day without knowing that I love them. So I'm just going to say it. Period. Whether it's reciprocated or not, I don't give a crap. This is just my truth. This is my honest feelings. So I'm just going to say it. So just be willing to put yourself out there. If you like, okay, so I just felt some of you being like, well, what if he doesn't reciprocate? What if I say I love you and he does nothing back? You don't know he's not going to later. You don't know. I mean, shoot, a lot of these guys are so in denial that they'll even say, oh, I don't have the same feelings back for you. I don't, and they do. They're totally lying through their teeth. And I know that from looking at the cards, listening to my intuition, even talking to some of these guys. Some of these guys are pushing you away because they want to protect you, or they just know that this isn't the time for this, So you got to just not care. You just got to say it anyway, honestly. And that doesn't mean you're going to hold out for that guy. If that guy's pushed you away and said you're only going to be his friend, or if he said that, I don't feel the same way, move on. Go find another guy who's going to express that he loves you back. You deserve that. You should be treated that way. The other guy will be very sorry, and he will come back to you on your wedding day and be like, oops, I really do love you. But it'll be too late. I would not recommend holding out for a guy. Just don't do that, to yourself. Unless you're just completely, totally happy being alone. If you're happy being single and you just want to wait around twiddling your fingers, as long as you're not depressed about it, as long as you're not, hurting anyone or hurting yourself by waiting around, then fine. If you're perfectly happy waiting around, do it. If it's a good energy. But somebody being not ready to say I love you or to be loved or any of that stuff, it's no reflection on you. Just remember that they are where they're at. Good for you. Expressing yourself, being able to just get it out for yourself. And that's all you need to be concerned about. Ultimately, it's like what we feel is our business. Somebody may love you and you don't love them back. That's no reflection on you either. So don't feel bad about that either. So if you don't love them back, then you could just say, you could say, I just don't feel the same way, at least at this time. And, don't give them any of your time. And a lot of times we do have to work through those feelings to realize what we feel for someone. A lot of times you don't realize that you even love that person. There's so much to it. But my recommendation would be if you are feeling love for somebody, let them know. This life is too short. This life is way too short. And you don't want to have them die. You don't want to have them go marry somebody else. You don't want to have them go be with someone else. And you're watching that on social media, dying inside because you never said anything. That's going to be your worst nightmare. Don't do that. Don't let that happen, you guys. If you're feeling it for somebody, let them know. Absolutely, 100%, without a doubt. Get up the courage, however you need to. Whatever you need to do. I don't get, go take courage lessons. I don't know. Maybe I should start teaching courage lessons. Go to a counselor. Go to the counselor and be like, I don't know how to say I love you to this person. Help me get there. You know what I mean? It'd be worth the money because your happiness means everything. Your future happiness means everything. And you can say I love you with limits. You can say I love you with boundaries. I love you tremendously. I just don't think this is the time for us because this, that, and the other thing. Of course, those could be excuses you're using, but still, I love you. But this is what I'm feeling. And this is what I'm thinking about these things that are going on in my life. You know what I mean? And then you can also, and don't say that if you don't mean it, but then you can explain to them, like, I'm willing to work with you here because it's like, I know we live in separate states. I know we have this to deal with or our families to deal with or whatever. but then you guys work that out as a team and you say, you know what, we want to be together, so none of this other stuff really matters. And I would advise you to not use those things as excuses. When it comes to love, I just feel like you can't be wasting time. You can't be, you're never going to have enough money. You're never going to have enough, if you keep putting it off, you're going to lose it. So don't put it off in the future, for when you guys get together. Unless that works for you guys, unless you guys are okay Zooming all the time and you guys are okay just having a virtual relationship and you guys agree to see other people or whatever. I mean, things work for people. However, you got to work that out. Whatever works for you guys is what's important, but it's got to work for both of you. It's got to be something that both of you feel good about. That's the thing. Okay, so is there anything else, or have I exhausted this whole I love you thing? I think that's it. But let me know, what you think of what I've said here. And if you have anything to add to it, put it in the comments down below. Anyone has any ideas that sparked you as you were listening to this, for sure, share whatever you want to down below, and we'll have some discussions about it. Just whatever is comfortable. I feel everybody's heart's like pounding really hard. So hard. Love is so hard. It can be like so freaking scary. Just look at it. Like I said, like, I gotta be honest. I just gotta be honest, period. That's it. That's all. I just gotta be honest. And try not to make it so hard. just however you gotta, even if you have to like trick yourself, even if you have to just be like, yeah, I love you, I love you. Olive juice. Something. Or I really adore you so much, I don't know. However you gotta say it though, tell this person. But, it's like, gosh, I watch these, obviously you guys know that I watch these romantic comedies and stuff all the time, but it's just, oh my God. I just played around with the deck and separated it. Marriage. And faith. Have faith. Have faith that they're going to reciprocate. If you feel that strongly towards somebody that you're just like, it's like busting out of you, chances are they are definitely feeling the same way. So trust that too. Also, a new beginning coming. These cards are playing with me. So, yeah, you watch a damn romantic comedy. Jeez, you guys, this has obviously been a problem for so many damn years. You can't even believe. This goes way back, way, way, way back to caveman times and like medieval times. And like, this is such a thing that's so deeply ingrained in us to be afraid of this, that it's unreal. And it's just like, I was watching this movie last night. It was like Backstage or something about a stage or something. It was like a whole thing based on a play about like one hit wonders or something. But it was like, you're like, come on, just say that you love this person. And it's like, how many movies do you watch where they do that? They just can't say it. They just can't do it. It's ridiculous. And it's just like, just have that moment over with. Oh, and here's what I was going to say, dude. This is so cool. I love this. I'm talking to this divine feminine the other day, and she goes, one thing I'm excited about is, we haven't even begun yet. Me and my masculine, we haven't even begun. So we still have to, we still get to have our first kiss. We still get to have, that finally confessing that we love each other moment. We get to hold our hands, for the first time. We get to go on that first date together. We get to get in our first fight and make up. All that stuff that you do in a relationship. So many of the feminists haven't even had that yet, or haven't had that in union with their person. And gosh, we got so much to look forward to, so much to look forward to. So, put yourself out there and let them know how you feel about them, and get get the ball rolling on some of these beautiful moments. To be able to make love to each other when you feel this deeply for each other, that's going to be a whole other thing than just the kind of sex that you've been used to, you know. And some of you actually know that already with this person. You see how intense it is, and that's incredible. But to have that on a daily basis and to have that to come home to, and there's just so much to look forward to, you guys. So make sure you say it. Make sure you say it. Say it today. Why not? Say it in the comments below if you know your person's watching or something. This could turn into a thing. A public proclamation is even better than saying it privately. If you really feel that strongly about it, like say it publicly somehow, like say it in a video, say it on Instagram, you know, use their name, like, or just say, you know who I'm talking to and you know that I love you, you know, just do something like that. All right. I hope this helps you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.